alongside my partner, Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at the Londoners as they get ready here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together.
The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports.
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
And there's a lot of good to watch in the game last week. He threw 4 touchdown passes. A little bit of concern throwing the 2 interceptions.
Yeah, the 2 pick.
Yeah, you want the ratio really to be closer to 3-to-1 as opposed to the 2-to-1 that he had. But it is something to build on. They did get the win, didn't they?
Yep. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Barrett. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be second in a couple.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. The numbers for him from a week ago. 20 carries, 108 for the yardage, and the score, too.
I think he's exactly where he wants to be coming into a game, partner, because he has to still be riding the momentum from last week when he broke the century mark in rushing and had one of his best individual efforts of the season. I would expect that there's more from him on the way after that type of a game, and I know his teammates and coaches, they feel exactly the same way.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
On play action, they'll throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. 22 yards there, a first down.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big targeted tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. On second down, they'll try and run the counter. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short. He'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it. And that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. Here we go on 4th down. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Yards the pickup, first down. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A couple of first downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. They'll get it up near midfield to the 49 before being taken down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he stopped immediately there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. A good effort there from distance, but he might have needed a little more help from the air conditioning behind him on that one.
It probably would have helped. This is awfully close to getting there. It was right on target, but it winds up being just a little bit short.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now this throw caught left side. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Now how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. A handoff as they run the counter play.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead grows to 10-0. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was finished off with a 10-yard touchdown scamper.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground here on first down.
And a short pickup to about the 25. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now a throw here, hauled in. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 5 catches, 51 yards.
And they think they have a matchup advantage in this one. They're going to try and find some space for him to work and make sure he touches the football.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Looking middle, and that's complete.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now they'll run it on the toss. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
And now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception, and that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
They'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denying 3 points at the very end.
This offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40.
A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now they'll run on the draw. They'll get it to the 23-yard line. 56 yards on the ground for him so far.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
Now back to throw. And he'll be out of bounds. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
Brandon, that's a gamer move right there. Facing 3rd down, steps up, calls his own number, and nearly makes the house call. If I'm the coach, I let him take another one right here. Give him a chance to be the first one to hit the end zone after that effort he just gave him.
They'll try to run this one in. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They're going to look to throw. And he wisely will throw that one away. About a half-yard from the end zone, 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack. And you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line. And he's able to take it into the end zone.
Sanders on for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. That time, a 9-play drive. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Portland's offense now about set to take over. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it. I think you just called it desperate.
And now a fumble. The ball's out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The fumble on first down now. Here's 2nd down. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And this one will be brought back to the 22. The struggles continue here offensively. Still nothing for him on the scoreboard, and now an interception.
Yeah, the offense looks extremely sluggish, not really in sync at all. Dare I say, it looks like it got left behind in customs.
Oh, you've had that in your back pocket. You were waiting for that.
Probably should have left it in my back pocket, too.
Well played. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And his throw here is incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. He hit his first, this one from 38. Sanders' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Portland's offense now about set to take over. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete, and he goes out right around the 39. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. No gain on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Here we go. 45, right.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They get 17 down to the 17, and it's a first down.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Now they try the right side here. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Riverhogs are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Down 3 scores already. This game was really in danger of getting away from them. They needed a drive like that, especially on the road.
Not only to calm themselves, but maybe tamp down the crowd a little bit, because everything was against them. As you noted, this game could have gotten away from them very easily, but instead, the calming drive, now they have a little bit more confidence. Okay, we're back in it. All right, we're ready to go. That was impressive.
And the defense now needs to reciprocate.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. It may just be the 2nd quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
Well, he was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush, because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball. They bring their punter out there now as he's on here to punt it away. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
The throw over the middle taken in. And they're going to get this up to midfield. Working with a 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Now left side on the swing pass. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Here's 2nd and 8. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Looking to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one. And they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception. Tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
Well, look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Back to throw here. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. 35 yards that time on the punt. Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Try to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll set up a throw. Dancing to his left. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Back to throw now on 1st down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. From there, we're off to check out another game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Well, obviously the pass rush gets the glory and the statistics on this play, but the coverage, they deserve a ton of credit too. Denied open windows, erased the quarterback's targets one by one. Everywhere he looked, someone was covered. Only a matter of time before someone got there to bring him down.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 4th down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination. Guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses.
There he goes left side. And all the way in for the touchdown. A big play there. 60 yards. And the Monarchs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
And that's a drive that makes everyone happy on that bench because they accomplish exactly what they set out to do. Take care of the football, eat up a little clock, end up in the end zone. Now they've got a cushion for the rest of the game. So they didn't just help themselves offensively, they helped their defense out as well.
Zach Taylor's made the decision. They'll go for 2 here. They'll look to throw. It's caught at the 1. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Taken at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Portland's offense now about set to take over. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd. And that is incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. London about set to take over on offense. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. 1 play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 67 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Sliding out of the pocket. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 53. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that will extend their lead even further. So 3 more points tacked on, and this margin getting more comfortable by the minute.
And with the lead where it is, you can actually feel good about field goals. We talk all the time about scoring 6s, not 3s. But in this case, they're just looking to chew up some time and come away with points.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Now these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He is hoping to find the end zone for a 3rd time, and we sit now in the 3rd quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
You're always giving props to the big fellas up front.
It's always a good idea. Those are some massive men.
That one goes for 24 yards.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 2nd and 2. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got him. Got his man on the end round. Complete. 2 yards left on 2nd down from the 9.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Right back to him on first down. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the third quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it. Pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Sanders now to add the extra point. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. So that drives 7 plays in length. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
Portland's offense now about set to take over. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up.
Looking middle, and it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to kick it away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's had a touchdown for every quarter so far. 3 here in the 3rd, and probably hoping he's not done yet.
And this is a situation where it's okay to be greedy. When you've already scored 3 times, you want 4, you want more than that. And guess what? That only helps your team.
Yeah, so far 3, now in search of 4. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Looking middle, and that's complete.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. And And they'll give him another shot here on the ground.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
110 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. Here it's 3rd and 2. He'll look to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Monarchs are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Taken in at the 3. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Portland's offense now about set to take over. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Sanders on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick six.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
And that's a gutsy call there on 3rd and short because that's a play that's got a good chance of being blown up in the backfield for a big loss of yardage. But nice job out wide to gather in that screen pass, use his blockers well, and pick up the first down.
Ready. Block 40.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll look to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. 31 yards on the punt there.
London about set to take over on offense. Well, we've paid this offense plenty of compliments already, but, I mean, they are deserving as they start another series. To be leading by this much with so much time left to play in the 4th, Charles, it's really, really been impressive to watch.
It has been, and you have to think to yourself, the preparation that went into this, but the absolute focus that they kept throughout in order to have this kind of a result, this is Super Bowl-esque, and they've got to feel awfully good about what they put out there today.
133 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Quick hitter here. It's complete. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up a second down in just a couple. They'll look to throw here. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. They tried the throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Back to throw again. And he fires one, but incomplete. They'll try and run for it. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. He needed a couple, but he didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And as a result, possession switches hands.
Partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know that the defensive front, they won the battle of leverage and created the push back into the opposing backfield.
And for the offensive coordinator, whether you had 1 yard to go or 20 yards to go on fourth down, now you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have passed it, right?
Yeah, hindsight is always 20/20.
So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up fourth down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And on now is the punter as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return.
Portland's offense now about set to take over. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us. No luck.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line.
Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense will very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Forced out to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Back to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. But he wasn't really big on that. He was big on go ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
The kick by Sanders is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they come through with 3 after forcing the turnover. But CD, second half, you're starting inside the red zone. Obviously, they would have liked 6 out of that.
Absolutely, because that's all you're thinking is how do you get it into the end zone? You want the field goal to be the last resort. In this case, they gave it a great try, but did have to settle for 3.
Portland's offense now about set to take over. This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays, make sure you get your offense oiled up a little bit. They've got to be able to start fast, but they've got to be efficient as well.
Especially the quarterback.
Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. He'll drop to throw. Hit as he throws, and the ball is out. It's a live football. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
You've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing is ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago. And you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the home team here, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year.
And they'll get to stay home again next week as Washington comes to town.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.